Emily Marie, and we are back with another episode. And since we are in the final days of February, the final days of Love Month, the shortest month of the year, and literally it's just gone out like that. Um, I wanted to tell y'all happy belated Valentine's Day! Or how I like to call it, Single Awareness Day. I am highly aware that I am single, aka sad. So, normally, because I have really never really had or been in a relationship where it was Valentine's Day, or I had like a couple of situations where like I had to like force feed like, oh well, we let's do this because it's Valentine's is important to me, and you just did it just cause. And some guys are like, well, Valentine's Day is like any other day, and why you want to do it? Because I want to, because I'm a romantic. That's who I am, and that's what I want. And I would like for my future husband to oblige me for Valentine's Day, as I would oblige him every other day. Treat me as a queen, and I will treat you as a king. How about that? And so it's funny because someone mentioned to me that Valentine's Day is actually for singles to actually find love, not couples celebrating their love. Because the whole story of Cupid, like the Cupid blows their arrow, not blows the arrow, Jesus, um, shoots the Cupid shoots their arrow to suspected lovers, and they fall in love and be happy and warm and everything else. But of course, Hallmark and everybody that is media has hijacked Valentine's Day and made it a couple's holiday. But I want to say that it's not just a couple's holiday. Now that I've gotten older and realized it is about love, and this only realization has come out within the last few weeks. I'm nearly about to turn 30, and I've always called it Single Awareness Day, or I will always be jealous that someone else gets to celebrate Valentine's Day and I do not. Or I'm the kid where, like, my daddy, well, yeah, he was very sweet and give me Valentine's Day, but I was also looking for a significant other to give me and show me, like, take me out to dinner, give me roses, give me chocolates, give me teddies and everything else, and we end the night and have good sex. um but now within the last few weeks, and I've actually thought about it this particular year, it's about love. It is truly, truly about love. About the love that you give to your friends, the love that you give to your family, the love that essentially a lot of it supersedes all of it is your significant other. But for a person that is single like me and all the other single people out there, we either create it as like it's just another day, or Single Awareness Day, or just it's about love, or we do Galentines Day, or we do like different events that are catered to single people, because there are different events that are out there that cater to single people for Valentine's Day, so they can find love on Valentine's Day. Or it's the normal, like, people get married on Valentine's Day, or people actually get proposed to on Valentine's Day. So, how many proposals did you see rolling down your social media feed during Valentine's Day? Hey, it happens. But for me personally, every time for Valentine's Day or Single Awareness Day, as I put it, I would take myself out. Point blank period, I would take myself out. Like when 50 Shades of Grey was in, I would take myself to the movies and go see 50 Shades of Grey. A lot of the times, Valentine's Day doesn't necessarily happen on Valentine's Day for me. Sometimes I'll have to push it back, or I'll push it like a month or two later. Like, I'll take myself out to a restaurant. I'll take myself to Ruth Chris. I've taken myself to different types of five-star restaurants. I have taken myself to movies. I have taken myself to many different places and done different things. This particular year, I took myself to Bath. I wanted to go during Valentine's Day, but also during Valentine's Day, that was half term, and so there were kids that were there. And I thought it would be more people that be going on holidays whenever. So I thought it would be more appropriate not to go during the week of half term when all the kids were out of school. Which, supersedingly so, when I did go to Bath, there were still kids there. I mean, younger kids there, but granted, there was still kids century, and I'm like, why are y'all here? And why did y'all parents take y'all out of school? But that's neither here nor there. But at the end of the day, I had a good time, and I had a good time within myself, because I know that self love is very much important. Self love is the epitome of doing having your happiness. I questioned one of my families during a parenting assessment that I was completing as a social worker, and I asked them, I was like, "What is your life outside of your child? And do you believe, are you happy? If your child wasn't there, would you be happy? Would you be happy with the life that you are living? And what would your life look like outside of your child? Because apparently you've wrapped yourself around this particular person, which is your child, understandably so. But do you have a life outside of that person?" The funny thing is, she told me, she was like, "You really had me up like at 4 o'clock in the morning, just like literally thinking about, am I happy? What is happiness?" And I laugh because I'm pretty sure that all of us had the same idea of what is happiness, and in that sort of context. I bring that up just to say, because the thing about self-love and Valentine's Day and being and loving on yourself is the simple fact of, you need to be in love with yourself in order to give love to someone else. Because if you're not in love with yourself, you're going to put that responsibility on that other person, and that other person is going to be responsible for loving you, making you happy, and everything else. And that's a lot to put on somebody else. If you can't have a good time with yourself, by yourself, and you're dependent on everybody else to have a good time, then what life are you living? It was funny because one of my exes, the one I mentioned previously in one of my videos, is like, he got mad at me because I went to a movie that I've been wanting to see, and I've been asking him, I think I literally asked him about, like, "Hey, can we go to the movies, or can we do this, or can we do that?" And he'd be like, "Nah, that's okay, whatever." And then I ended up going by myself, and I was like, at this point, it's just like, I'm gonna move with or without you. And so I did, and then he gets mad at me because I went to the movie, and I was like, "Well, I mean, I asked you to go, and you didn't want to go." And he's like, "Well, now." I was like, "We can go again, we can go." He's like, "It's not the same," and I'm just like, "Well, why didn't you just go when I asked you to go?" Or he'll look at me at certain different things where I'll take myself out and be like, "Why you didn't ask me to go?" Because, like, you're not taking me, so I'll take my damn self. But there was, as I explained in in that previous video about that certain individual, there was a lot more other stuff that was going on. So there was stuff that I did, and there was also stuff he did. But at the end of the day, I kept the same mantra of, like, if you're not gonna do it, well, I'm gonna do it my damn self. But also, I also wanted that want and that need to have a partner to do stuff for me or with me, honestly. Because, granted, you can do everything and anything that you want by yourself, but it feels good to have someone else do it with you or do something for you. As I mentioned in one of my other videos, there was a guy that I went to a sex that I went to a sex club. I didn't go with him. I went to the sex club. I met him. We had good vibes, and I was being bold. Like, Celeste came out, my alter ego Celeste came out, and he was talking. He was like, he's a successful business owner, this, that, and the third. And I kiki and joked, and I was like, "Oh, well, you can get my nails done." And he was like, "Well, I would absolutely, just because you're wearing that." And I can show you a picture of what I was wearing. Ooh, what I was wearing. And and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Because you wore that, I'll get your nails done." Now, mind you, I thought it was just my nails. And then when he mentioned, as I was walking to the nail shop, "What are you going to get done on your feet?" I was like, "Ooh, you paying for my feet to get done too?" Like, A plus. And he actually did it. And I'm super grateful for it. Because a lot of the times with my history, when guys say they're going to do something, a lot of the times they don't do it. Unless it's my daddy. And when he actually did something for me that I asked him to do, and he did it, I was super grateful for. I was super grateful for my nails to be done, for my feet to be done, and there was nothing else that I had to do on it. Because I told him, I was like, "Look, I normally get my nails and feet done. However, Sadie needed 2 new tires, so I had to pay for 2 new tires for Sadie, and so you can just easily get my nails done because I had to pay Sadie to get 2 tires because I had to roam around with Sadie. Sadie helps me get my job done, so I have to make sure Sadie is on point all day, every day, and I had to sacrifice my nail money. and he came in and obliged for my nails, and I really love them, and they are great, and I appreciate him for it. And a lot of times it may not be as easy as one, two, three. I ask a man to do something for me, he actually do it. Hopefully, my future husband, I don't have to ask. He could just like, okay, babe, go get your nails done. I love when like future husband be like, oh, I love when you have your braids in, or when you have your natural hair. Here goes some money to go get it done, or whatever the case may be. I need that man in my life, where I don't have to ask. He just notice it and just do it. Like those are vibes that I will like literally be like, you're my king. You can do anything and everything that you want. And I mean it. I mean it. But we're gonna go off on a separate topic in regards to submission and doing all things that you want to do as far as relationship wise. This is about Valentine's Day and knowing that you are the baddest bitch for the women out there, and you fellas that you are the baddest thing walking, and the greatest gentleman, and knowing that you need to love yourself. And the Valentine's Day is about love in general. So loving on yourself, loving on your family, loving on your friends, and just it's about love. And I have realized that within the last 2 weeks of living. No, I've been on this earth for almost 30 years, and now I'm just realizing it's all about love, and I need to appreciate Valentine's Day and stop saying Single Awareness Day. But one day, I can put that joke on a pen and be celebrating Founders Day with a man. Hopefully, one day. You never know. I'll look back at this video a year from now, and I'll be sitting next to my boyfriend, and then like 3 years from there, and then I'll be sitting next to my husband. You never know. It is what it is. And we're gonna put it out into the atmosphere, Lord. We're gonna do it. We gonna do it. But I mean, in the meantime, I enjoy my singlehood, and I enjoyed all of my trips and all the stuff that has been happening to me. And like, I literally moved halfway across the world by myself, not for love, not for school, to essentially experience another culture, get into a job, and love on it, and now expand on it and see if I actually want to stay. You never know. I'm still thinking on that because again, 2023 is about laying the foundation, laying the woodwork of everything in order to be successful in 2024 and be successful and thriving. I mean that foundation and everything continues on, and so we still have a lot of work to do. But thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to click and subscribe and like this video. If you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to put it in the comment. Give me your feedback. I want feedback from you guys because this is a growing channel and I want us to interact. I want us to engage. I want to be one of those people that you can come to and we can have problems and we can kind of work them out together. We can have discussions. That is what Let Them See Your Mind is about. It is about like letting you inside my mind and also getting into the conversation with everybody else. It's just a natural type of vibe, and I love for everyone to be a part of it. Even if you just scroll past my video and you like what you see, go ahead and like it and comment, and then also subscribe not only to my YouTube channel but also subscribe to my audio listening where it's Spotify, Anchor, Google, Amazon Music, and also Apple Podcasts. So go ahead and do the thing, and let's blow up together. Thank you so much for watching, and we are out.